What's going on YouTube? Martin McFly back with another Minecraft video here on our survival world. But today it's just gonna be me. You're stuck with me. The boys are out of town, so I'm just gonna be flying solo for this one. Plans are for the video, mainly building. Since we last left off, I actually have done a little bit of work on the house. The pile of shit that you last saw is no more, I think. I think it's a little better. You can kind of see it there in the top left corner. So let's work our way down there and see what I've done, and I'll also let you know what I'm planning on doing. So this is the house. It's this is mainly probably going to end up being my house. For now, everyone's living here. We have the community chests down in front. But once we're all established, I think everyone's going to start branching off on their own, kind of doing their own thing, which is always good. It's nice to have some variety of different builds around the world here. That back right tower there, if you can kind of see it there, it's definitely going to be changed. I do not like the way it turned out. We'll work our way down here, and I'll show you what it really looks like. Alright, so here's the front entrance of the house. Last time you saw it, it was only this one tower, and it did not look, I think, anything like this. And then this tower over here was only halfway constructed. So the way it turned out, I'm fairly happy with it. There's some things that are maybe subject to change. For instance, I'm not sure how I feel about this cross looking thing, because I didn't originally plan to make it look like a cross, but now it kind of does. So I'm not exactly sure if I want to change it, if I want to leave it. I'll just kind of let it sit. And over time, maybe if I feel like changing it, I will. And what is definitely 100% going to be changed, no matter what, is this piece of shit right there, that tower. So what happened with this tower is I originally mapped it out to be, I wanted it to be the same size as this tower, as these two in front here. So basically it would just be mirrored, all the towers would be the same. But this one, I made a mistake somewhere along the way, and it was actually too small. You can see this was the original size, and it was just a little lopsided, so it wasn't a perfect square, it was a rectangle. So I ran into problems there. I tried to fix it, thought I did, but then once I got to the roof, obviously it was 4x4 instead of 5x5, which is what I wanted. So I tried to make the best out of the situation, but it just turned out to a pile of garbage. So what I'm planning on doing, hopefully, is making this more of a circular tower, because it is Minecraft, but I do like to try to add curves into my build as best as I can. With that said, I'm going to jump into some building, and when we get back, we'll have a new tower to look at. How exciting. And we're back. Building's not 100% done. I'd say it's more or less 80%. The shape is definitely going to stay the way it is, but I just got to add a few more details. Like I got to add a log ring around the top, and maybe add a few windows here on the side. I might add some support struts coming off of these here. But I overall am very happy with how this turned out. I think it really, having that bit of curve to it, and also that size and height difference, really brings a lot and adds a lot to the build, as opposed to just having everything be around the same height and be very boxy. I think it adds a lot of character to the overall build. So with that said, I'm gonna quickly finish her up here, and then we'll see the final product. Bum ba da dun 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 dun. Shitty sound effects for, in my opinion, not that shitty of a build. So I finished pretty much the tower 100%. I might mess around with the placement of the logs up on the ring there. But other than that, I'm very happy with how this ended up. We added a small ring of andesite in the middle here, followed with those spruce stairs. Spruce or dark oak, don't know exactly which ones. I want to say spruce because these are spruce trees, obviously. So I'm going with spruce. I just picked it up in the chest. Actually might have some, yep, spruce. Anyways, also added fencing up on the top ring here, and then along with these little support beams, just for, again, a little bit of curve, because I'm not a huge fan of boxy builds. Even though it is Minecraft, you can still add some texture to it. Roof, no change to it. I was happy with that. So enough looking at it, let's go down and take a look at it close up. Now, the interior of this building is not going to be worked on until I have the shell or outside 100% how I want it to be, because this shape is subject to change. Like, I might knock out this wall and add an extension that way, just depending on how I feel. So I don't want to have any interior done, because then that affects how I want this place to overlook, pretty much. So here's the top ring here, or not top ring, middle ring, excuse me. We have a little bit of spruce, like this is what I'm talking about here. The positioning of these logs on the edges here, I'm not too happy with. I might place them all so they're facing one direction. As you, like on this side, they're facing out that way, and these ones are facing towards me. So I might just keep it consistent. I might have it be so they're all facing the same way. And we'll go down to the main floor. This tower's purpose is mainly to be storage, since there's a lot of wall space. It works perfectly to have those double chests fit right in, but if we do end up running out of space in this area, we might expand to one of the outside towers, depending on if we need to, or we also might expand out to more buildings rather than this one. Moving on up to the second tier here, this really has no purpose other than just to have access to it. Nice view of the land. Maybe if we start doing PvP, this will be a nice little area just to camp out with a bow or something. I don't know. We don't really have many plans for this world. I'm just babbling at this point. So instead of me just mumbling on about random stuff, let's get working on the next tower, and when we get back, we'll have all the towers completed. Awesome. Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. Mainly me, just because I'm the one going through all the work to put this piece of shit together. But anyways, we're getting off topic. Building is pretty much done. I say pretty much because I always am leaving my buildings open to change, just if I feel like adding anything. I didn't change the logs up there just because it's too tedious to do. I'm going to leave it, suck it up. But I got that back tower done, this far left tower done as well, the roof done. So let's get on in there and we'll take a look around. I say this, I'll say it again. I am proud of how this turned out. Got the interior laid out here. It's not very practical for survival, is what I'm finding. I think I more went for the aesthetic look as opposed to functionality for survival. We do have this storage room in here, which is the most practical and useful part of this build for survival. I showed you up there, but I guess I'll show you again. We added these little walkways here to get onto the roof. It's pretty nice. There's still no access to the very, very top. It's still the same as it was before, so we'll check that later. But this is the roof of the build. I'm not sure if I want to leave it opened like this, so it's more of a castle look. I thought about adding another small building in this area, but then it would take away from the fort look I was thinking, which is what I'm going for now. Is this going to be kind of like a little outpost type deal. I'm going to have little huts in and around here, just so it looks more of a military type area as opposed to just like a little settlement. With that said, that's really everything that's on top, just there. And then, like I was saying before, this building isn't the most practical for survival wise, so what we decided to do instead is I'm going to add a basement down here. This is the start of the basement. We got little entrance here. The plan for this is I'm going to have my farms and automated things down here just because it's easier to build some small redstone contraptions and automation in underground and in a wall as opposed to on the surface where I have to like hide wiring and everything. This is just more simple, I would say. But with this, the plans are these are going to be kind of a walkways on the side where this continues on down. Got a little bit of a farm established. We're starting our animals over here, continuing those. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'll just take a few and I'll bring them over there. So once this building's done and we kind of have our community stuff established, then everyone's going to start branching out and going on their own, which then we can start doing some more content with either PvP. We can start worrying about the Ender Dragon and then the Wither and just do things like that. I don't know. I'm mumbling yet again like I always end up doing just to make this clip a little longer. And that'll do for today's episode. It was a productive one. We got plenty of work done on this bad boy here. We were able to take it from a pile of shit and turn it into a slightly less smelly looking pile of shit. No, I'm just joking around. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. And before I start babbling, I'm just going to cut it off here. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.